What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 video. Today's video is going to be a recap of the state of the game that happened about an hour ago. We got some amazing new items, amazing new details. Now, I am under NDA because I have access to the TU11, so I cannot really give a lot of details because I don't want to reveal anything that they haven't mentioned. But they did give us pretty much all the details of the new guns. There's new exotics, exotic chest piece, exotic SMG, a brand new gear set, some new weapons, and the Summit game mode, which is the skyscraper with 100 floors. They go in depth, they show you all of the pictures of all the items. I don't want to waste your guys' time, so this is going to be a recap video. I'm just going to show all of the clips in a row of all the interesting things that would spark your attention that you need to see. I do recommend this time watching the entire state of the game if you have not seen it. Link will be in the description and at the end of the video, so make sure to click it and go and watch the full state of the game. Like I said, I will do a full breakdown of the patch notes and everything when it comes out because there's a lot to go through, and this video could be over an hour long. So I'm just going to play the clip straight up for you guys, watch it, enjoy, and we'll have a little chat at the end of it after the clips, and then we can speak about what I think about everything.
The big heavy hitter and the reason why a lot of people are here today, and that is the new PvE game mode with the Summit. I love having pretty art to show, so this is a nice thing to have on the stream. Mackenzie, can you give us a bit of a rundown of what the intention is from a game designer perspective for the Summit?
Yes, of course. Yeah, so with the Summit, we wanted to build a new game mode for the division that's really focused on PvE replayability. And so our goal was to create something that's easy to jump in, it's action-packed, and it's going to feel like a fresh experience each time you hop in. And to really do that, we've thought of it kind of as the greatest hits of the PvE experiences that you've already had in the division. And so it's like, you know, you have all the factions in it, you have these environments that can change floor to floor. We have objectives that you've kind of seen before and some fresh new ones that are, so it should always be an exciting kind of experience that you don't know what you're going to get on a floor. That you'll get to floor 50, and this time it might be cleaners and it might be a rescue the hostage objective, but the next time that you play floor 50, it might be something else, and it might be the Rikers, and you might need to destroy some servers to disable some hacked big dogs. And so it's always going to be something fresh and new and hopefully exciting on that floor. And so, you know, it's something that when you want to hop on the division and play with your friends at night, it's just super easy to hop in the skyscraper and know that you're going to get that nice new experience each time. Like dozens of floor sections with like a predefined look and layout. And then when we go to this certain floor, we choose one of those. Okay. And we also choose one of a random set of factions for that floor. And if it's got directives on it, we choose a set of random directives for that as well. And so it's all predefined, but the way that you'll get it is random. And so it'll, you know, yeah.
Okay. While we talk about it a little bit further and we have some questions, I want to give a bit of a look to the audience of what it actually looks like. Because Ella, George, and I had a chance to play through it recently on a test. And you'll see us approaching what is the elevator. Can you talk us through what this experience is and how it works going into the Summit for the first time? Or the second time, or the third time?
Yeah, so the first time that you come in, you'll see this menu, and you'll only be able to go to floor number 1. And so the first time that you Summit, you need to move your way up floor by floor. And then once you've completed floor 10, because the 10th floors are boss levels, so floor 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on are each boss levels. And once you've beaten a boss level, you unlock the rally point for the floor after that. So you can see on this, which is paused that there's floor 11, 21, 31, etc. So you've beaten the 10th floor boss, you will be able to, on any time you replay the skyscraper, just immediately go to floor 11. And so I know people who want, challenging content, that they'll be oftentimes just fast traveling to 21 or 31. For those who want heroic, they'll be going to maybe 61 all the time. And if you're a legendary fan, you'll be going to 81.
Nice.
And
So a lot of legendary content. That's really cool.
yes, and it's dynamic, so it shall be interesting because the strongholds, we predefined the spawns for those, whereas this is going to be a fresh experience each time for legendary players. So yeah, it's going to be pretty challenging. We've actually reduced the number of directives for the top 2 floor segments there to 3, based off feedback we got from the ETF this past weekend, actually. So it should hopefully not as grueling.
Cool. I'll just let this run. I've got like 8 minutes of footage. Just for clarity, you'll see some fades and edits in here because I wanted to show people the first. I think we get through 11 or 12 floors in this little test, which took us about just over half an hour. Obviously, it gets a lot harder than this, but I wanted people to see how some of this works. So you'll see it switching back between my view and Ella's view as well. Okay, so this, I assume, is the reward for the manhunt?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. This is actually a pretty exciting skill because this one I worked pretty closely on, so it's kind of like my new baby. It does a lot of things and borrows from a lot of different skills, which might sound odd, but what we wanted to do with the shrapnel trap was not make something so obviously defensive in nature, or we actually wanted to play a little bit with duality. So it's both a defensive tool that you can throw like the other traps and then have it deploy. And when it deploys, it creates a minefield of smaller shrapnel mines, basically. So it's an area denial tool. But if you quick deploy it, it's more of a quick response, point blank area of effect cone nuke, because anything that's within the area of the trap's deployment field gets right. Mind, when you throw the shrapnel trap, you're lobbing the big ball, and then the ball lands, and then it pops up into the air like a bouncing Betty mine, and then it explodes and spreads a bunch of smaller mines in the area. But they have sticky bomb behavior, so anything that's within that area of effect will get stuck by the mine.
Season 3 gear set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we've got the Hunter's Fury gear set. Bruce, what can you tell us from a game design perspective of why this is exciting?
This is a pretty exciting gear set because it's probably OP.
Okay.
So I think people can see the bonuses on the screen. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So the 2-piece bonuses are both SMG and shotgun damage, because the flavor here or the fantasy or the call to action is this is an up close and personal gear set. This is for people who like to get up in the enemy's grill and go to town. So players of Division 1 might sort of maybe see some sort of alliteration there in the title, Hunter's Fury. So Division 1 had the Hunter's Faith gear set, which was a long-range marksman gear set. Hunter's Fury is the sort of polar opposite. This is
I
a
see
gear
what
set.
you did there.
Uh-huh.
Sneaky.
And then the 3-piece bonus is armor on kill and health on kill. So we really want to give you both the opportunity to get up close and personal, secure a kill, regain any sort of damage you may have taken in the process, but then once you've got a kill, any enemies that are near your victim, as long as they're within 15 meters, right? So when you're within 15 meters of the enemy, we apply a debuff to them.
And these each have named versions, do they not?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't have any examples of this card named version, but do you remember what the talent on the named version of this is?
So the named variant of the card 45 is called the TDI card Custom, which is a bit of a throwback for anyone who's familiar or has played the Ghost Recon. There's a Future Soldier or Future Soldier 2 or one of the Ghost Recons on back in the day. There was this exact pistol, and because this is a sort of prototype technology, we decided to play with that. And so the named version of this gun, it doesn't have a unique talent, or a perfect talent rather, but when using the pistol, as in when you are holding it in your hands, you get +1 skill tier.
Just to clarify, this is not the named version. So
no,
the one that
this
I'm
is
showing
the generic
yeah.
version. So the named version of this pistol will give you +1 skill tier. I think people can extrapolate from that the benefit that will, provide.
Yep.
And then there's also the other new weapon that's coming with TU11 in Season 3 is the 612 shotgun.
Nice.
You have
this
that
one right here.
Yep. This also has a named variant, and the named variants, again, we decided to not go with perfect talents this time, and this shotgun gives you some armor on kills, which is not normally something that's accessible as an attribute on shotguns or any weapons for that matter. So again, I think you might be seeing a pattern here where we're encouraging you to get up close and personal, have some self-sustain in your build in the form of armor on kill and regen and all that stuff.
Backfire.
So the backfire is pretty unique. As you can see, it's a pretty gnarly, spiky, violent-looking thing, and we decided to really lean into that. So what it does is, as you shoot and hit the enemy, you're building up a stack called Payment in Kind, which increases your critical hit damage by 1% per stack and goes all the way up to 200 stacks. So 200% critical damage just from shooting the gun. However, when you reload and you grab that magazine wreathed in barbed wire, you apply a bleed to yourself, and that bleed's damage scales with the number of stacks of critical damage that you have. And I believe it's 0.5% of your total armor per tick of the bleed dot. So with 100 stacks, you're going to lose all of your armor over the course of 10 seconds, the duration of the bleed. And at 200 stacks, you're going to lose, well, twice that. So this thing can kill you.
Pack. I freaking love how this looks. It is so cool.
It's a very cool exotic.
What can you tell us about this one?
This one's a bit of a... All right, so the Memento Backpack is interesting because it's interesting for a number of reasons. One of the first reasons that it's interesting is because it doesn't roll with any secondary attributes, but it rolls with 3 cores. So you've got the red core, weapon damage, the blue armor core, and you get a skill tier. And what this backpack does, when you kill an enemy, they drop a trophy on the ground at their feet. When you collect the trophy, you're going to receive 2 buffs. The first buff has a short duration, lasts 10 seconds, but the effect scales with the number of cores that you have on your gear. So if you have a all red build, you'll gain 30% weapon damage when you pick up a trophy. Or if you have an all blue build, you'll gain 100 or 120% bonus armor.
Oh, the chest piece, we're talking about the one that you unlock from completing the summit, right?
Ooh, yes. All right. Well, you should chime in on this because
Yes, I was trying to do a clever segue there.
Nice. What do we got here?
So I'm not going to talk about the gear piece itself, but I was just going to mention that the way to earn this is by getting to the 100th floor of the summit, and you'll unlock a quest. once you've completed that quest, you'll be able to craft this, if I'm understanding it correctly from what Nikki has told me and what we've seen. So it's you need to really get good at the summit and play that a lot to be able to unlock this one.
All right. I just want to get to the new Bellstone Armory stuff real quick. What can you tell us about this new brand set?
This is a new brand set that's coming with D11 in Season 3. It's a defensive brand set, no surprise. And the bonuses, one piece is 1% armor regen, and then armor on kill, and incoming repairs. So again, this is a brand designed for the more aggressive, up-close and personal player who's looking for, survivability in the way of self-sustain and, more independent, less reliance on a healer or a dedicated healer or, some sort of hybrid therein.
Right, guys, I hope you did enjoy that. I do apologize for all of the random videos together, but I literally wanted to make this as short of a video as possible. You got the gist of it, all of the main items. They did mention two things that they did not show, which is a 2 perfect talents, perfect efficient with 75%. That's the value for the perfect talent, and perfect bloodsucker, which is 12%. That's what they said. I'm not entirely sure exactly what it'll look like, but those are two new perfect talents that are coming through. Efficient is going to be quite a funny one. You guys know the PvP memes for that, efficient and push. But yeah, I've got some interesting thoughts that I'm going to convey to you guys probably when the patch notes are live, which could be soon. The PTS will go live on Friday, the 4th of September. In 2 days' time, this Friday, I will be streaming it. I will be doing in-depth videos on every single piece, every single item. I'm going to go head first, guys. I will give you all the details of everything. I've already been testing out crazy stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people will enjoy this new game mode. It looks great. Like I said, I'm not going to comment how it plays at all. But it's going to be fun, so make sure to stick around for the PTS this weekend. I will be streaming it on Twitch and maybe even on YouTube as well. So link will be in the description for Twitch. And so far, my favorite item is probably the backpack and the new gear set, which has come out. And the new SMG is okay. I don't really, to be honest, I don't really like the other normal brand set. The incoming repairs as the 3-piece is not going to be very good, but the 1% armor regen for the 1-piece is going to be very useful. A lot of players are going to utilize that. The backpack just looks amazing. There's so many ways we can use it. The new SMG can be quite annoying, I think, if you put yourself on bleed constantly. But like I said, we're going to go over everything in detail. I might even make separate videos on each individual piece, because otherwise this video will be too long. So thank you for watching, guys. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, agents.